This is Augustana Sportscene, a weekly update on Viking athletics at South Dakota's largest private college. Enjoy the action and excitement of NCAA Division II athletics at Augustana.
Hi everybody, and welcome to another edition of Augustana Sportscene. I'm Bill Gross, Director of Athletics at Augustana College. 2010-11 was a great year for Augustana Viking athletics. On this week's show, we're going to take a look at some activity from early February, along with some interviews with our coaches. A little later in the program, we'll also visit with senior women's basketball guard, Megan Doyle. And near the end of the show, we'll run our Augustana Sports Notes, where we'll take a look at the success of the Vikings program over the past 5 years. It's going to be a great show, so here comes Augustana Sports Flashback for this week. Augustana Sports Flashback is brought to you by Schoenemann's. Last Friday night, Coach Dave Kraus' Augustana women's basketball team rallied from a 5-point halftime deficit to defeat Minnesota State Mankato 68-65 at the Elman Center. The Vikings came back to build a double-digit lead in the second half before hanging on for the 3-point win. Alex Feeney led the way with 17 points, with Megan Doyle adding 13 and Molly Hayes 12. Tessa Wilka had a strong floor game as she grabbed 9 rebounds and blocked 3 shots. Then on Saturday afternoon, the Augustana ladies improved their record to 18-6 overall and 11-6 in the NSIC as they defeated Southwest Minnesota State 72-66. Megan Doyle knocked down 20 points for the Vikings, with Molly Hayes adding 13 and Alex Feeney 10. In men's basketball, Coach Tom Billiter's team dropped a hard-fought 92-79 battle in front of 3,403 fans at the Elman Center. The league-leading Mavericks got out to a 43-35 halftime lead. Augustana charged back in the second half, pulling back to within 2 at 77-75 late in the game. But MSU ended the game with a 15-4 run to claim their 18th win of the season. Cody Schilling paced the Vikings with 20 points and 7 assists. Cameron McCaffrey added 19 points, with freshman Yuri Malashenko scoring 12 points and claiming 8 rebounds. Then on Saturday night, Augustana bounced back with an 83-70 victory over Southwest Minnesota State. The Vikings got out to a 36-23 halftime lead on their way to their 15th win of the season. Cameron McCaffrey lit up the nets with 29 points. Cody Schilling notched 20 points, and Leif Nomeland added 15 on 5 3-pointers. The Vikings are now 12-5 in the NSIC with 5 games to go in league play. In wrestling, Coach Jason Reitmeyer's NCAA number 2 ranked Vikings powered past Southwest Minnesota State 27-6 in Marshall, Minnesota. Winners for the Vikings were Al Meager at 125 pounds, Jason Jeremiahson at 133, Jay Shear at 141, Nate Herda at 149, Marcus Edgington at 157, Gavin Nelson at 165, Carl Sirk at 174, and Ty Copsey at 197. The Vikings, now 13-1 in dual meet competition, host Upper Iowa on Friday night before taking on number 1 ranked Nebraska Omaha next Wednesday night at the Elman Center. And last Wednesday was National Signing Day for football, track, and soccer. Coach Mike Aldrich's Augustana football team added 28 recruits. Coach Tracy Hellman's track cross-country programs picked up 16 newcomers, with Coach Brandon Barkas's women's soccer program adding 12 recruits. That's our sports update for this week. When we come back, we'll talk Augustana men's basketball with Coach Tom Billiter. Stay with us.
Augustana Sportscene is brought to you by Sanford Health, improving the human condition, by Schoenemann's, your trusted building center since 1888, and by Mid-Continent Communications, part of your community.
And now, an amazing discovery from the Better Bundle Bureau. E equals MC squared. Entertainment equals Mid-Continent Communications Duo. Specifically, the $79 Theater DVR Suite and Midconet Preferred Broadband Bundle. This entertainment equation combines the fastest Midconet broadband, free HD, on-demand, and over 200 channels of touchdowns, home makeovers, and pampered pooches. The Theater DVR Suite and Midconet Preferred Broadband Bundle. A formula for fun.
At Schoenemann's, our staff's expertise goes far beyond hardware. In fact, we know just how important your home is to you and are committed to making every project a success. So, whether you're just adding some color to your life or adding on for your growing family, Schoenemann's can help. Sure, we know you can pick up nails just about anywhere, but when it's expert advice you need, you'll find it only at Schoenemann's.
You can always do it right with Schoenemann's.
Get stronger, play smarter, return to performance. Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine.
The Augustana Men's Basketball Report is brought to you by Sanford Health.
Joining me now is Augustana men's basketball coach Tom Billiter. Well, we're right after the game here on Saturday night at the Elman Center. The Vikings just defeated Southwest Minnesota State here in a big win, and last night a battle against Minnesota State Mankato. We came out on the short end. Coach, let's go back. Let's talk about the Mankato game first. It was a great basketball game, great environment. Just came up a little short.
Yeah, just a great game. And, you know, we got down 12 early in the first half, fought right back, cut it down to 2, ended up being down 6 at the half, or 8 at the half. But I thought we really did a nice job of getting back in the game. They guard you. They're a good team. You know, I think what it is, it may not be the most talented in terms of 1 through 10 Mankato teams we've seen in the last few years, but it's the best team we've seen. I mean, they are really playing well together. And I thought that they just did I've watched all their games, and I'm telling you, that's the best I thought they played great. You know, I mean, they just hit shots, they hit tough shots, and we still, you know, we're down 2 with 4:08 to go, and Kirschbaum hits a 3 in our zone, and his feet were set, and we didn't rush at him well. We were a little bit tired, whatever. But I mean, if he misses that, who knows? You know what I mean? The score is pretty deceiving because they outscored us 12-2 to end the game, and we just couldn't score. But you know, again, 3 minutes left. We're down 3, and Cam misses a layup that I've never seen him miss. I mean, that's a layup he'll make 99 out of 100 times. It just happened to be that time. So, you know, one that got away from us, I thought their seniors stepped up and played like seniors, and I thought we played a little bit young with some guys, and some of that showed through, but what a great learning experience. And again, what 2 great nights of crowds. You know, this is what it's about, you know, even with the snow today, but God darn it, you know, with all the bad weather we've had and games at home with St. Cloud and Concordia being changed and what have you, you know, it was really nice to see the crowds for this weekend.
Yeah, they were great crowds. Taking another look at that Mankato game, you played a lot of 1-3-1. Was there a reason for that?
Well, sort of the reason we did it was twofold. We didn't feel really good. They play a really funny lineup. They've got their best shooter, arguably, is their 4-man, you know, and he's about 6'5", and he's very athletic. And then Mason is such a, you know, they start with Connor O'Brien and Mason, but they get O'Brien out of there quickly, and they put Kirschbaum at the 4, and then you got Mason as a 5. And so, you know, Derek's okay on him. Yuri's a freshman, but, you know, it was just some tough matchups for us. And I thought our zone, if you break it down, our zone was really actually they shot under 42% against the zone. It just they hit a couple big threes against it.
Right. Well, anyway, after that one, the Vikings came back here on Saturday night, took on a tough Southwest Minnesota State team, a team that had beaten us up in Marshall in December. And it was a hard-fought battle, Coach, but we came out on top.
I thought Southwest played their hearts out. You know, they're a tough physical team. They grind with you. They're bumping you. And I thought we matched their physicality better than we did Mankato's on Friday night. I thought we let Mankato really bother us and push us out. And I thought Southwest did that to start the game. At the 10-minute mark, it's 8-5. I mean, you know, honest to goodness, it's a hockey game, and we just aren't doing a very good job of making baskets. And then to think we scored, you know, 80 points, and we had 8 in the first 10, 12 minutes is really, you know, kind of shows you we made a few adjustments, and I thought we did a decent job of penetrating, getting the ball to the paint, and then it always helps, you know. It was 1 week ago today, Leif was 5 for 8 against St. Cloud, you know, so he was 4 for 7 tonight, and he hit some big ones and got us on a run. And, you know, up until the end, they hit some bombs, and I mean, they never quit. But, you know, pretty much 12 to 15 point cushion most of the second half, you know, and that makes it a little bit easier to try to close it, you know, or to end the game. I thought we should have closed it out better. Just uncharacteristically missing free throws that we had the right guys shooting them and just missed him.
Yeah. Well, Cam McCaffrey had 29 points, but over the weekend, 2 solid games for Cody Schilling, and really kind of a special night tonight. We had a promotion for, and I had over 500 Ellsworth people here.
They were here. Are they awesome?
Yeah.
I mean, for a community of 800 people or whatever they are, I mean, that is one of the best basketball communities in the world. I mean, they are unbelievable, and they were loud, and it was fun. And Cody had, he was excited. He had kind of a bruised up thigh from last night, and he still came out and did a nice job of playing for his fans, and yet stayed within the structure of what we do. So, at the end, he was so tired. I mean, for him to miss those free throws was fatigue, if you ask me. But it was fun to have him play as solidly as he did. And, the whole team. I mean, I thought it was a better, the bench helped us tonight with Trevor Haskett and 10 points. And, obviously, Yuri coming in and getting 6 rebounds. He's really done a nice job replacing Nate Truex. So it was a neat idea. Good job by you and Brian Miller on the Ellsworth promotion night. It was a good job.
Well, it was fun. And, the Vikings are now at 15-6 overall. We're at 12-5 in the NSIC. We're right in the hunt for that home court in the first round of the playoffs, and we've got a big road trip this weekend.
Big one.
We go to Northern.
Who's really playing well. Northern's really playing well. Had a hard-fought battle with them here. They're playing well. I mean, Paul's got them going, and it won't be an easy place to play. And then obviously the trip, you see signs to Sarah Palin's house. You're heading out there to Bismarck, and you're at the end of the week. You can see Russia from their porch. So it's going to be 2 tough games.
Yeah, they will be tough. They're big ones for the Vikings, and we'll see how it goes. Coach, what do you think about the NSIC race? What do you think? What do you think about? We're ranked 4th in the region this week. I mean, now Fort Lewis got beat. Yeah. Mankato may go to 1 in the region. It's that time of year.
Yeah, I think what's going to happen is there's still going to be a little bit of shakeup. You're answering your own question. You've been on those committees. After about another week or 2, it starts firming up a little bit more. And 1 through 4 are usually kind of set, and then there's a little bit 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe 9 and 10. But I think you're going to see some of that shake out for us. A team that's right there nipping at our heels, and maybe even will pass us this week, is Mary, and that's who we go play.
Right.
We beat them here, so that becomes a really important game. How do you look past Northern to go play them? Because Northern will beat you. So it's going to be a heck of a weekend. We need a great week of preparation. But NSIC, top to bottom, the bottom teams that have not been in the NSIC postseason tournament they've really gotten good. I mean, they have just really improved and gotten better, which makes for a great league. As you remember, I thought the best thing about the NCC was how balanced it was.
Right. Well, the road has been good to you, Coach. You've played some good road games, and let's hope it's good again this weekend.
I hope so. Thanks, Bill.
Good luck.
The Augustana Women's Basketball Report with Coach Dave Krauth is next.
Who's the dummy now?
All right. Thank you everyone very much for coming. I appreciate it.
Like one.
Hurry in and see what everyone is punching about. The Volkswagen CC, the midsize sports sedan with award-winning design, Bluetooth, touchscreen stereo, power front seats, and corner illuminating headlights standard. Plus, every CC includes scheduled carefree maintenance. Hurry in and get a great deal on the award-winning Volkswagen CC.
I want back in the game. I want to rise above the pain. I want the best Ducks to have my back, Sanford Ducks, so I can shatter backboards, shatter records. I want MVP. I want everything. But first, I want back in the game.
Get stronger, play smarter. Return to performance. Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine.
They're not that easy to come by. The teachers who engage us. The truly gifted ones. The ones whose words stay with us for days or even years. The odds are you'll only know a few of them. Unless you go to Augustana. Then your chances are greatly improved. Augustana.
The Augustana Women's Basketball Report is brought to you by Mid-Continent Communications.
With me now is Augustana women's basketball coach Dave Krauth. Well, Dave, home sweet home. The Vikings got back in the Elman Center last weekend and came away with 2 victories. It started out on Friday night with Minnesota State Mankato, and the Vikings pulled that one out 68-65.
A hard-fought game, kind of the tale of 2 halves for us. We were flat, and sometimes really difficult to explain why you're flat, but maybe we get a couple shots to go down early. That could change the whole complexion of that first half, but we didn't make shots, and we didn't have energy, and we were fortunate not to be down anymore at halftime, and then came back and really, I thought at least for 15 minutes in the second half, played well. Just turned on the energy and then made some plays and some shots. Made it very interesting at the end, though.
Yeah, well, and Minnesota State, as we mentioned before we went on the air, good team. Pam's done a nice job. They play good defense, Dave.
Yeah, and they've got some quickness. Just got a couple of scorers there, and it was just one of those where I felt like we were kind of putting them away, but not quite good enough. And then they made some plays down the stretch, and we had some costly turnovers and made it obviously much more of a game than we hoped it would be.
Well, it was a super crowd, great victory for the Vikings, and then we're right after the game here on Saturday afternoon after the Southwest game. The Vikings came away with another victory. Again, Southwest, a team that had beaten us up in Marshall, and certainly an accomplished team, and it was a good one to come away with, Dave.
Well, people, sometimes see records. They don't have a great record this year, but the people that saw them play, you can see they have both a veteran and a talented team. Difficult for us to match up. They're 6'2", and a couple nice players inside, and the Fink kid at the guard position is very difficult for us, but. We just seemed, again, I thought, especially in the midsection of the second half, kind of created a lead, and we really had probably 2-3 plays where if we just finish them, and they're, what looked like easier type plays, we may have been able to put the nail in the coffin, but we had to, somewhat hang on again.
Yeah, well, it's a victory. The Vikings are now 18-6 overall. We're 11-6 in the NSIC. We're right in the hunt for a home playoff court here at the Elman Center. And this weekend, big games, Dave. We're on the road, and we take on a team that's ahead of us in the standings to begin with, Northern State. Northern really, record-wise, is one of the hot teams in the league. Concordia may be the other one, in addition, of course, Wayne, that is atop the pack. So Northern, much different team than maybe some of them. They're really big and try to use that. And the tempo, they try to control a little bit, run a lot of sets. So we'll be challenged, and then Mary, very similar to us in a lot of ways, shoot a lot of threes and play fast. So it will have a tough test on the road. Well, they're important games, like all of them are. Dave, as we were talking before we went on the air here, later in the year we'll talk about the seniors and some of the older players. But let's focus a little bit on some of the younger players. Let's start out with Alex Feeney. She certainly made progress this year. Well, yeah, and Alex had an excellent freshman of the year in the Northern Sun, and I think has gotten better, gotten more consistent. She's probably got some things she needs to get better as you look another year down the road. But has made good progress, and that's what you hope. She's a hardworking kid. Really likes to step out and shoot, but of course people have scouted us so much now that they try to take that away from her. She knows she needs to be a little bit more of a rebounder. She's a little bit undersized as a post, but she's done an excellent job for us. Yeah, and then some of the other young players that you feel are making progress. Well, Lydia Nelson's another sophomore that at times, she'll just, really turn some heads with her play, and. But is this a little inconsistent, and sometimes that's just both experience and work on your game. But she's done some good things for us. Real athletic 6-foot kid that I think over the next little over 2 years we're going to see a lot out of. And those are probably the two that would jump out at you right away. We got some good kids in redshirt, and it'll be one of those where we will rebuild next year with 4 seniors for sure, with Molly kind of on the bubble with another year of eligibility, but it would be her 6th year. Well, the Vikings will be strong again, we know, because Coach Krauth has a great program. Dave, good luck to you and your team this weekend. Thanks, Bill.
Up next, Augie Sports Focus. Stay with us.
He has what he needs to make it. He has the speed, thanks to Sanford Power. He has Sanford athletic trainers to help avoid injuries. He has Sanford doctors to help him if they happen. But most important, he loves the game. That's no surprise. He has a lot of me in him.
Get stronger, play smarter, return to performance. Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine.
Uber fan here, check this out. I'm on campus, right? And I overhear this dude say the games are gonna be on TV now. A new network, Mid-Coast Sportsnet. All local sports, all the time. I mean, every matchup, every rivalry. And I'm like, yeah, baby. I'm fist pumping him, I'm chest bumping him. Might have kissed him on the lips. Anyway, every local game that matters only on Mid-Continent. It's totally awesome. Because I really can't go on campus for a while. Mid-Coast Sportsnet, coming at you live.
At Schoenemann's, our staff's expertise goes far beyond hardware. In fact, we know just how important your home is to you and are committed to making every project a success. So, whether you're just adding some color to your life or adding on for your growing family, Schoenemann's can help. Sure, we know you can pick up nails just about anywhere, but when it's expert advice you need, you'll find it only at Schoenemann's.
You can always do it right with Schoenemann's.
Augustana Sports Focus is brought to you by Schoenemann's.
Joining me now is outstanding senior women's basketball player Megan Doyle. Megan, great to have you on the show again. We're right after the game here, the Vikings defeating Southwest Minnesota State here at the Elman Center, and last night defeating Minnesota State Mankato. Let's first talk about the weekend, Megan. Good to be back home.
Yes, I love to play in the Elman Center. We have a great record here, haven't lost yet, so we have a certain confidence here at home, and so it's nice to be back.
Let's talk about each of the games. Let's go to the Mankato game first. We got down in the first half, got out ahead, and then they made it close at the end.
Right, and that was just a matter of us getting some streaks and them having some streaks as well. We did a good job of keeping our composure in those games, I thought, especially starting the game off. I think it was 10-0. Like I said, just that confidence at home, and we know that we'll have the crowd. We had a great crowd, great crowd against Mankato. So we just used the crowd's energy and kind of got back in it.
Well, it was a super win for the Vikings, and then here Saturday afternoon at the Elman Center. Again, the win over Southwest Minnesota State, and Megan had a great game, 20 points. Talk about the game with the Mustangs.
Well, we knew coming in that we wanted to get a win against these guys. We started off the season with a loss in Marshall, and that's kind of been a chip on our shoulder all season long. So coming into the game tonight, we knew that we had to play aggressive, again, play with energy, and we knew if we did that at home, we were going to get a win.
Well, the Vikings are in the hunt here for a playoff spot, trying to get a home floor in the playoffs. And this coming weekend, it's on the road to the long road trip, as Megan mentioned, to Northern and to the University of Mary. So your thoughts on taking that long trip?
Northern's having a great season right now. They're ahead of us in conference standings, so that'll be a big game. At Northern, they always have a good crowd. Aberdeen loves their basketball, so that'll be a fun game to play, and it's always fun to play Northern. And then making that long trip up to Mary, we've been known to kind of struggle at their gym, so it'll be us going up there to prove a point this year that we can play up there and play on the road, because we've been kind of inconsistent on the road this year, so looking to prove a point.
Well, Megan, the focus is coming down to the end of the season here, so as practices go and the team centers in on the challenges, what are the main things you think the Vikings need to work on?
Consistency, definitely. Being able to play away games, that'll be huge for us come playoff time, because we may host one home game and then we have to go to Concordia for the rest of our games. So that'll be a great test for us. That's something that we've definitely talked about. Also rebounding, not it being a whole team effort and not just a post thing. So we've had a lot of talks amongst the guards about getting to the basket and getting some rebounds every game.
Yeah, well, it'll be a team effort if the Vikings are to get there, and we know they will. Megan, switching gears here a little bit, you're a senior, and your major is?
Business with a marketing emphasis.
So talk a little bit about the options we talked about before we went on the air. You're kind of trying to figure out what you want to do.
Trying to figure out my life all of a sudden. I've had a couple interviews with marketing firms here in town. I like what that field has to offer. Also, I've talked to Coach Krauth a little bit about being a GA here at Augie. I've loved my time here and don't really want to leave. So getting to stay here with Coach Krauth would be a great experience for me, whether it be possibly coaching in the future or using the sports administration master's in something in correlation with my marketing degree.
Well, you've mentioned it a little bit already, but reflect on your experiences at Augie as a student and a basketball player.
I've loved it here. Like I said, I don't have any complaints at all. This is the only school I visited when I was looking at schools. It hit me right away as a great school. I work for admissions here as well, so giving tours every other day to kids makes me, it allows me to be able to share with them my experiences here. Wouldn't change it, and like I said, I don't really want to leave yet.
Yeah. Well, we don't want you to either. You've been a great ambassador for the school, Megan, and a very good basketball player. So
thank you.
Good luck the rest of the way.
Thanks.
Augustana Sports Notes is next. We'll be right back.
With every click of a Life Touch camera, a school memory is captured. Education benefits. And children are safer. Life Touch School Portraits. Great things come from great pictures.
We've gotten on in years. We've got aches. We've got pains. But we haven't gotten old. We've only gotten better. Now we've got the time to play. And we've still got game. Sanford's doctors keep us hitting that sweet spot because we've got to give those aches and pains something to complain about.
Get stronger, play smarter, return to performance. Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine.
Augustana Sports Notes is brought to you by Life Touch. This week on Augustana Sportscene, we want to talk about the athletic success at Augustana College. The Board of Trustees of the college approved a strategic plan for Viking athletics in September 2006. There were two major goals of this plan. The first was to compete at the highest level in all 18 of our sports, 9 for men and 9 for women, in the Northern Sun Intercollegiate Conference and NCAA Division II. The second was to recruit quality student athletes with high potential for academic success. Let's take a look at how we've done on these goals in the last 5 years. Since 2006, the Vikings have won 13 conference championships in 8 different sports. Augustana has qualified 27 teams for NCAA competition in 10 different sports. The college has placed high in the Learfield Cup standings, which measures the overall success of all NCAA Division II sports programs. In 2009-10, the Vikings placed 11th nationally. This year, Augustana is in 6th place out of 302 Division II institutions, which puts us in the top 2%. The college athletics has also increased fundraising from $974,000 in 2005-06 to $1.7 million in 2010-11. And Augustana has raised nearly $15 million for construction of the Hall Football Complex and Sanford Gym, which opened in 2007, Kirkaby Over Stadium, which opened in 2009, the campus soccer field, also opening in 2009, and the Huther Tennis Center in 2009. And also for the Hall Sports Forum Elman Center renovation project in the summer of 2010. Augustana Athletics has also recruited quality student athletes to the college. The graduation rate of Augustana student athletes is slightly higher than the campus student body population and the highest of all 14 NSIC institutions. Next week in our Augustana Sports Notes, we'll take a look at our plans for the next 5 years. And remember, for complete information on Augustana Athletics, go to our website, goaugie.com. Thanks for watching, and I hope you'll join me again next time for another edition of Augustana Sportscene. Have a great week, everybody.
You've been watching Augustana Sportscene, a weekly update on NCAA Division II athletics at South Dakota's largest private college. Learn more about Augustana College in Sioux Falls at augie.edu.